Okay, I'm going to do an open-ended reading. I don't have a topic that I'm asking about. We're just going to see what comes through. So the Citadel is saying the Herald, small regrets and longing. The Herald, small regrets and longing. So looking deeper, making moves, seeing what's toxic there. Well, we know what that is, don't we? I think there are Magatonians waking up that are having regrets now for what they voted for. Okay, having some regrets. Longing, you know, this is not what we wanted. We want this, we want that. Well, don't we all? So not easy, but let's see what it has to say here with this. Okay. So it's about the root. The root. What we have coming out with the root. Okay, the root is clouds, okay? Not liking what's there. What you've planted, what's rooted in, is this unhappiness, okay? This root of the mental clouds. When it comes to those of wealth, okay? So it could be your own personal financial dealings now, but it also could be looking at the root cause of this pain, which is voting in Trumpenstein and all his billionaires that he's surrounding himself with. The root of some of this mental problems is, I think, the Doge and what Musk is doing. And now all of a sudden people are losing their jobs, all of their things, they are facing possibly things being taken away. But we do have the courts that are, a lot of the state courts, which are working to alleviate some of this and telling Trump, this is illegal, you can't do this. So some of this, we'll see, is getting stopped in the courts. But let's look and see what else we have. But the reading's about those of wealth, okay? The root cause of these clouds, these difficulties, the regrets and the longings that people are having, okay? The energy coming into it is about observing. And we need to stop and observe what is taking place, okay? When it comes to these attempted controls, the bear, the control, could also be sometimes protection, about protecting. Now, some of the states and some of these judges, yeah, when it comes to this illegal. It looks like what, the White House or the Treasury Department in the background there. Okay, those of the wealth observing, okay, how they're trying to control these things. And again, maybe what we need to bring in for protection against the things that are taking place. The bear can also be protection, okay? So it's observing, again, what they're doing, Doge and Trump. Right now, it's about joy. That is such a funny card. Joy. For the long-term life. About joy. When it comes to the message, concrete messages coming out. Again, we have all three are pentacles, which can be the concrete happenings, also could be about the money things. So let's see what else it has, what it says with this long term, the messages that are coming out now. Yeah, the challenge is bringing in chaos, okay? The challenge is the chaos that's happening with this at the moment. Because at a crossroads, people feel they are at a crossroads with this. A lot of chaos and new actions. So again, this is the challenge of looking at this. What's actually taking place? Now, he's making a lot of proclamations, and they're trying to do a lot of things, but they are having these state courts and some federal judges which are pushing back and saying you cannot do this, okay? So we are at a crossroads when it comes to new actions. But again, the energy coming into it is to observe, okay, and look at how they're trying to control and how we can protect the things coming out now. It's about support. So let's see what we have. Possible outcome. Support. Are they supporting Trumpenstein? Or is this about the House and the Senate? Are they supporting? So let's look and see what else we have here. Yeah, the losses. Okay. So are they supporting these feelings of loss? Okay. What is being supported with this? Let's pull, we're going to look and see what's under the surface here. Wisdom. When it comes to the difficulty we're facing now, some wisdom about holding on to your power. This is also, excuse me. Let's see if I can get this out. It's about the prosecutions as well. This is my card for Kamala as well. Prosecution, courts, making those movements. We'll pull a couple more and see what else is under the surface. Wisdom. Wisdom about holding on to the power as we're going through this difficult time, okay? There is power being held to. We are in the midst of a journey. There are investigations looking deeper and conversations taking place, okay? We're seeking and looking at, I think this goes along to ferreting out the message about the actions and the new things taking place. So it looks like they're putting this all together. Humility, humble things, but coming to a victory when it comes to numerous elements, okay? So there will be victories when it comes to many things. There will be a trigger, and guess who's going to be triggered? Trumpenstein will be triggered, and that's key, okay? So, okay. So Trumpenstein is going to be triggered with this, so it's not going his way, okay? A lot of pushback is happening when it comes to, excuse me, need to get this over here, a union looking at what's being given out and bringing some endings to that, okay? So they're coming apart, the wisdom of the courts on this difficulty and putting an end to some of these things. Some silence when it comes to what's being worked on for the health of this. So you may not hear everything that's going on, but again, that's covering over the hermit, the journey, and conversations, okay? So there may be some radio silence about what all they're checking into, what they're doing under the surface. A lot of noise, though, okay? Seeking what the new, a lot of noise coming out from the choices, path they've been walking when it comes to the financial drama, okay? So that's about seeking this message that's coming out, the things that they're trying to do and looking at, etc. The wish is about what we're holding on to, what we've got coming in, and the difficulties with that, okay? So that's about the victory of all these things coming together that they're looking at. And when it comes to Trumpenstein, okay, being triggered, which is key, nurturing, we are going to be nurturing that energy, that power being brought out at the heart of it, okay? So holding on to that power, really using that power at a heart of things to bring a transformation, okay? So then it comes to, when it comes to bringing an end to some of these things, surrender, that there are these swords of truth coming out when it comes to these obstructions, ending some of this stuff. So they are working on it heavily. There is a flow taking place when it comes to all these things up in the air. And the now when I see the books, for me that's talking about the law, okay? The law. They're recharging, going to be walking away from some of the crafty stuff that they're doing. So this stuff is not all going to go through. And it's about the sovereignty of those that are in place with Trumpenstein being eaten away, okay? We are holding on to power. Those that have the power are moving forward. The courts are moving forward. When it comes to what Trumpenstein and Musk and these billionaires are trying to put into place, okay? More and more pushback is happening, and more Trump is going to be triggered because he's not getting his way. He thought he could get into power and wave a wand, make these proclamations, write these executive orders, and everybody was just going to fall in line, okay? But that's not happening. Again, when it comes to those like Musk, the wealthy, the billionaires, the message that's coming out, new actions are taking place when it comes to their losses. There will be, again, more and more losses. They are not getting their way. A lot of clouds coming into it, trying to control or protecting for the long term at a crossroads when it comes to the White House, okay? We're looking at the root of what's being planted, observing joy. So some of the things are coming out are good. The challenges, the chaos, but being supportive in the end, supporting something better. Again, we have the small regrets. and the longing for something better. But what does it keep coming out about for those of the spiritual set? We need to hold on to what we want to see take place. Don't get into the drama of the Poor Me saga of you don't see enough happening quick enough, but it's saying with this, there are things going on and you may not be privy to everything that's going on under the surface in regards to this, okay? But they are rallying and they are, okay, bringing that power out, holding on to that power, going to be moving when it comes to what? He who wants to be king, and they will continue to thwart him as we go forward, okay? Like I said, he's going to try to come in and things will be gummed up. He's going to try to do all this stuff so quickly, but because of their inefficiency, things will be gummed up and they're not going to be, you know, it's a lot of noise, but really they keep running into a wall, shall we say, with what they're trying to do, okay? They keep running into walls. So on that note, I'll leave that here. So apparently what it's saying is, you know, hang tight. Hang tight. Things are happening. Things are being done. Don't get yourself in a twist and doom and gloom cycle. Know that they are working on this and it will continually push back, more and more pushback. Now, if you haven't watched the thing that I posted today, it's very good about government and how it all works and the way the states can intervene and put the kibosh on a lot of stuff that Trumpenstein is trying to do, okay? If you haven't seen that one, it's a good one to watch, just how they continue to thwart Trump when it comes to him trying to put all of this stuff into motion and thinking he can wave a magic wand. And he's finding out, that much more difficult than he thought it was going to be to become a dictator, okay? Dictator and thief, okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here and we'll see you online.